I don't mind staying in an Airbnb, and you can see this huge spike in what real rates have become. Overall home sales are down 31%, but investor home purchases, they're down 45%. And according to the company itself, will be effectively banned. Well, if you own an Airbnb, I feel bad for you, son. I don't have 99 Airbnbs, but a problem, I don't have one. I completely butchered that. But I will say, if you own Airbnbs, you're about to be in a world of hurt right now. And that's not a hyperbolic statement. And if you're just tuning in, my name is Christopher Yule, and I love talking about stocks and finding those outlier trades with outsized returns. And if you're interested in that too, be sure to definitely hit the subscribe button down below. And today's episode is sponsored by Outlier.com. Go to OVTLYR.com to find out why outliers win. Now, I don't mind staying in an Airbnb. Every once in a while, there can be some pretty awesome places. My family and we recently stayed at one in Galveston, and it was beautiful. A 3-story villa overlooking the ocean, and of course, the water down there is not very beautiful. It's all brown, but it was pretty nice to be able to have this incredible home to stay in. You know, the run of the house. Basically, New York has said we're not going to let them do that anymore. So let's break this down a little bit. This is going to get pretty juicy, right? The result of a staggering divergence between effective mortgage rates, which was almost everyone refinanced into a 30-year mortgage when rates were at record lows, and they locked in a nice, low, long rate for a long time. And current year mortgages, which is about 7.5%, which nobody can afford. So basically the author of this is saying there's a huge discrepancy between what there is today in mortgage rates versus what people had been taking for the last decade or so, right? And you can see this huge spike in what real rates have become. And investor home purchases have fallen 45% from a year earlier in the second quarter. And that outpaces a 31% drop in overall home sales. So overall home sales are down 31%, but investor home purchases, they're down 45%. Basically half. Half of the investors have said, "No, we can't afford to be buying this market right now." And let's see. Let's continue to scroll down here. Here we go. The Airbnb boom is tuning into an Airbnb bust. Starting today, the short-term rental landscape is changing drastically in New York City. And according to the company itself, will be effectively banned, threatening the entire Airbnb business model in the Big Apple in New York and in other big cities to follow. So what are the rules that New York is putting in place, right? Well, there's a limit on guests. Short-term rentals can accommodate no more than 2 paying guests at a time. When my family and I went down there, I think we had 20 people, right? It's a 5-bedroom house. We had, families with kids, grandparents, all that stuff. Everybody was there. But you're saying there's only 2 people at a time, regardless of the property size or the number of bedrooms. Airbnb as a company is toast, right? If you own Airbnb, you are toast. The host is required to physically be present while their properties are being rented. So let's back this up here. Not only can I not take my whole family and enjoy a beautiful oceanside villa, or in this case, enjoy the New York City nightlife, right? No. We have to be there with the owner present. A big smelly old dude who has tons of these Airbnbs has to physically walk down there, plop his butt on the couch and say, "Hey, I'm here. All right, let's enjoy the show. Y'all go have fun while I sit here and just hang out." That's not going to happen. That's not going to fly. And then unlock doors. Let's say, for example, if you're renting out a room at your house, okay, let's say you're already renting it out and you are physically staying there, right? No big deal. All the interior doors have to be unlocked. All of the interior doors have to be unlocked. So what you're telling me is, I'm renting out a spare bedroom in my house. I'm only allowed to let 2 people stay there. So this nice couple comes from out of town. They're staying there. But this nice couple happens to be criminals. They happen to be axe murderers, right? I can't actually lock my door. I have to leave my door wide open. So when they decide to get up in the middle of the night and perform their normal nightly activities, they're just going to walk right on in and take out my family. Or let's say, for another example, they do some other nightly activities, right? All the doors have to stay unlocked. You have to physically be there and be listening to all those activities. I'm not in the mood for that. I'm just saying, you do you or whatever else you're doing, but leave me out of it, okay? No, that's not going to happen with Airbnbs. Now, all of this has to be wide open, right? Naturally, Airbnb has sued to have the law gutted, claiming it's effectively a ban on short-term rentals, but a judge has already dismissed the case. So, this is a huge, huge, huge problem if you own Airbnbs or if you were looking to own Airbnbs. And this person actually put a few steps of what's going to happen to you if you own Airbnbs, right? What's going to happen? First off, cash flow is no longer going to be covering your mortgage and expenses. So you're going to stop making the payments. The bank is going to see what they can do. Then they're going to be looking to sell your home at foreclosure. And when they do, let's say you owe $1 million and they sell it at foreclosure for $750,000. They forgave $250,000 of your debt. So now you actually owe taxes on that $250,000 gift that the bank gave you by writing off $250,000 of that debt. And basically your life is ruined. So if you own Airbnbs, I think if you haven't put your home on the market, it might be time to do so right away while you might still be able to find buyers. But it's going to be really hard to find buyers when rates are 3 times higher than they were just a few years ago. And the prospect of those buyers turning them into investment properties, that's not looking so good either. So I don't know about you, but if you were in the Airbnb market, now might be a great time to be getting out of the Airbnb market if you even can. So taking a look at the real estate sector and Outlier, we can actually see it got a buy signal a couple days ago, and this market has been really, really strong. We've got a nice recovery indicator for the real estate market. So listen, the real estate market has been trounced with these higher interest rates. The Airbnb market has been trounced because of these new regulations that could be spreading like wildfire across the country. But the real estate market, if you're looking to be an investor in XLRE, does have a buy signal right now, according to the Outlier data. To get the trading data that you need in today's markets, go to ovtlyr.com to see why Outliers win.